Greetings and welcome to our 50th anniversary of official world records that I started doing in the United States in Sarasota, Florida, and that was at my club, Planet Fitness. This was in the month of May, and if you look in this video, you'll see me sitting on the fly machine. And the gentleman who is doing the scorekeeping or the count, he's the manager of the club. His name's Richard, and he'll be counting my reps and also the time. And then another friend of mine, Owen, who is actually my coach in rowing, outdoor rowing, he's doing the video portion. So here I wanted to do a new record. My goal was to do 75 sitting flies using one arm and 80 pounds of weight, which is approximately 33 kilos. So 80 pounds or approximately 33 kilos. And my goal was to do 75 and I ended up doing 100. So I guess I want to explain why I make these videos. It's basically to inspire other military athletes like myself that are disabled, and just to show them that staying fit is very important, and it doesn't matter how many reps or what you do or how you do it. The main thing is to get out there and work out daily, and it will help you tremendously with your mental health, your mood, and your overall health. So what we do at U.S. Veterans Rowing and Kayaking Foundation is we've been focusing for the last 11 years of doing recreational rehabilitation, rowing and kayaking on the water. And so I'm very pleased to present this 5th year anniversary of 3 records that I did in 3 countries and in 3 weeks. So this is just basically a fly machine where I decided to do a one-arm fly using 80 pounds of weight. And again, it's not about the repetitions or how many you do. It's all about just getting out there and doing it. So I'm 64 years old now. My last record was when I was 59. And in that record, I actually did the blood work right after I finished the records 5 years ago. You view that also on YouTube. So, to my surprise, after I did the blood work at the suggestion of my coach to show the public that I was not taking any steroids or any drug-enhancing performance drugs, any of that stuff. So, to my surprise, when the blood work came back, it showed all green, which was great, except for 2 sections of the blood work, which was red. And I immediately panicked, and I didn't know what the heck that was. So I contacted my my doctor, and he said, "Oh no, this is actually to your benefit." I said, "What do you mean it's to my benefit?" And he said, "Well, you have abnormally low testosterone." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, it's due to your age and some other problems that you've had." So anyway, normally high testosterone. So everybody says, "Well, you need testosterone to do, strong things." And here I am, accomplishing records with very, very low testosterone rate. So it's not about strength so much as your mental toughness. So in the second record, which was done a week later in Gosport Fitness Center in the United Kingdom, where I flew to do another different event there for military veterans. And so while I was staying at the hotel across the street, someone told me about the pool. So I said, I gotta go there. And I managed to talk the management and the staff into allowing me to do a record and this is an underwater swim. 5 years ago when I did this particular record, I actually did 50 meters underwater with one breath, no fins, just using my arms and legs. Of course, I had an injury to my spine, and so I have limited use of my legs. And in this particular record, I decided, you know what, I'm going to do one length of the pool, which is 25 meters, without my legs. So this was actually harder than the first record 5 years ago. And the reason being, a couple of reasons. One is that I was dragging my entire body using only my arms. That's it. So it was extra hard. The second reason it was difficult is because the water was abnormally high in temperature. So usually when you do these records on the water, the colder the water, the better, because it actually slows down your heart rate, and you're able to sustain being under the water for a longer period of time. So I was struggling with this one, no question. The water, or the pool actually was somewhat shallow too. You can see from this video that I'm standing up in the corner getting ready to do the swim. And again, this is all focus and just putting yourself into another state of mind. And try to take your time here. Don't panic as you're doing this, because obviously if you do that, you're gonna use up your oxygen supply very quickly. So the faster you go here, actually the worse results you're gonna get. The point is, take your time. Try not to use up that much oxygen as you're doing this, and just focus and stay relaxed. And whatever you do, don't panic. So we completed this record. Like I said, it wasn't easy, but I managed to get it done. So again, I want to demonstrate that no matter what condition you're in, whether you're partially paralyzed from the waist down, it doesn't matter. It's all about how strong your mind is. And thankfully, I was ready, and I didn't drink any coffee prior to going into the water or anything like that. I didn't want to bring up my heart rate. I wanted to keep it low. So the last record took place in Hungary, in a city called Győr, a 450-year-old city called Győr. And this is actually at my club, my fitness club, that I belong to. And I managed to talk to young people, two athletes, rowers, that both train at this club, to come in and record this record. Of course, they were puzzled. They didn't know what the heck I was going to do, and I'm pretty sure they didn't think I was going to do anything. So, surprise! And so on this record, we used, I believe it was 40 kilos. So, you're seeing 2 plates on each one of these, on this lap pull down machine. And I think there was 2 sets of 15 and 2 sets of 5, totaling 40 kilos, which is actually about 88 pounds. So here, my goal was to do 100. When I finished 100, I felt okay, so I said, let me keep going. So I was gonna finish with 150, but then somehow I miscounted, and I ended up doing 147, which is still a record. Especially for a person with a disability. So I know all the athletes in this club, and I could tell you 100% that none of them could do this. I think the most they could do is probably 10 reps using this weightage, which is okay. I mean, if you're doing regular training in the gym, usually, the goal is to do anywhere from 10 repetitions to 15. And, most people struggle when they get to 15. Of course, they try to use maximum weight, and in this case, I'm not using maximum weight. I'm just using a comfortable weight. Still very heavy, but comfortable for me. So I never try to impress people with, like weight size or that kind of thing, I know there's so many athletes out there that, pack on 500 pounds and then, they try to do, I don't know, squat or a bench press with 500 pounds, it's okay. Everybody does it, so it's not a big deal. So, however, something like this is far more difficult because you're doing repetitions with a hard weight, with a tough, heavy weight. And like I said, most of the club members here, ranging from ages all the way from 13 to 20s, 40s, 60s. Nobody has attempted to do this many weight. So I thought, it would be good to put it into this challenge. And once again, it's focus, concentration, controlling your breathing, your heart rate, everything has to come together. The main thing is to stay relaxed and focused. And if you could do that, you'll be fine. So every 5 years I try to mix it up and do different records. And so the time came to do this one. The 50th year anniversary is coming up in April. So I was already prepping everything for April. And then, I just started doing these in late April and early May. And here we are. We did successfully complete 147. And it was at the end, I think my hands and my wrist were very, very numb and just very, very painful. But other than that, everything was fine. I felt good. And the kids, they had a look of shock on their face. Because, it's not often that a 64-year-old guy comes along, which is old enough to be their grandfather, and come up and do something like this. So anyway, I was very, very happy with the results. And it's all about inspiring other athletes as well, no matter what the age is, to go out and to train and mix up the training and don't just stick with one thing. Try to master each thing that you do in sports, and you'll become a far, far better athlete, and you'll be able to accomplish far, far more than if you just stick to one sport. So, CrossFit, I talked about CrossFit in my last video 5 years ago, and how that brand name came about maybe 10, 15 years ago, but it's been around since probably 1930s, 1940s, and under, they didn't call it a CrossFit back then, they might have called it something else. But really, the best athletes in the world can do almost anything, and they make it look effortless. That's even more impressive than anything else. Growing up, my childhood idol was a guy named Jack LaLanne, and I remember watching him every afternoon about 3:30 in the afternoon after I came home from school, and this guy was fit like you wouldn't believe. And it was a beautiful white German Shepherd on the show, and I remember watching him on TV, black and white TV, back in the 60s. Well, Jack went on to do some really, really amazing things, and not many people know his achievements, but he actually swam around Manhattan with 100 rowing boats tied behind his waist, and each boat was linked to each other. So he pulled literally 100 rowboats all around Manhattan in a single day while swimming. So, you talk about extreme sports and extreme things that people did even back then. Jack did many, many things like that. I remember Jack in his 90s, when he was over 90 years old, he was doing leg lifts, and he did over 100 at one time. And he was in his 90s. So regardless what your age is, you could do it. It's just a matter of willpower and, concentrating and making your brain do it. It's not coming up with excuses or, oh, I'm too old, I'm too tired, I got arthritis, I got this, I got, if I went through all my problems, I could probably talk myself out of anything. I could just become a couch potato and stay and watch TV all day long. But that's definitely not me. I'm extremely active. I love what I do. It's my passion. And, I just like to show other people, especially in the military, what is possible. Because we do work with military veterans for the last 11 years. And now our organization has become international. And we host international events all around the world. The last one was in May of 2023 in the United Kingdom. So, we have a lot of different veterans, and these guys are pumped up and ready to come and set records or win gold medals, So, you could do it too. You just have to, focus and commit yourself. That's it. Just start slow, work your way up. It's not going to happen overnight. So anyway, thank you for watching the video, and we'll see you again in 5 years. I'll be 69 then. Thank you so much, and God bless you all. Thank you for watching, and please like the video and share it with someone else. Take care.